All hands, man your battle stations. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. A German task force has been sighted on the horizon. And ladies and gentlemen, the German task force, as you can see, is bigger than the American task force that I will be commanding. The Germans have more battleships, more escort ships. However, I have an advantage in battle cruisers. Will it be enough to turn the tide of this battle? Let's find out together. Let's see what we can see. I've already pre-designed my warships, and let me run through them very quickly. First off, we have my battleship. My battleship, the North Carolina class, 54,000 tons, 25 knot speed, seasoned crew, standard crew quarters. This ship is armed as main armament with Mark III 13-inch guns. In short, fairly light guns, especially if you consider that I could go up to Mark I 15 or 16-inch guns. Yeah, to complement those 13-inchers, I have two 9-inch guns strapped to the side of the ship. Because, you know, why not? Anti-flood 3, double hull, and a decent enough armor scheme, I reckon. 15-inch main belt, 8 fore and aft, and an 8 deck. It should be okay. My pitch is a bit bad, and I have a slight aft weight offset, but nothing too serious. My battlecruiser, a very fast battlecruiser, well, in comparison to the battleship at least, 30 knots, with 4 14-inch guns. Beside that, we have several secondary guns strapped to the ship. 6 times a 7-incher, we have 10 3-inch casemates, and then we have some anti-aircraft guns because they're Mark IV, and I felt like this ship might need some protection against smaller vessels. Then we come to the horror of this fleet, the heavy cruiser. Yes, the Brooklyn class. 10,017 tons, 30 knots. A regular crew, standard crew quarters. This ship is small. As such, a lot of guns did not fit. Not properly anyway. So this heavy cruiser only has 2 9-inch gun batteries. Triples, of course. But still, that's not a lot. We have one 6-inch battery to complement the 9-inchers. And we have some 5-inch gun here on the tower. And beside that, some 2-inchers, yeah, that's about it. We have geared steam turbines, Barbette 2, anti-flood 3, with a decent rangefinder and hydroacoustic 2. A 8-inch main belt should keep this ship alive for at least a while. But this ship is clearly the weakest link, I think, in my fleet setup. To compensate for that, I designed this light cruiser. And I just added a lot of 7-inchers. 5 7-inch turrets, supported by a lot of 3-inch secondary guns. Should hopefully be able to keep the enemy escorts away from my battleships. A triple hull, anti-flood 3, with the best hydro, rangefinder and RDF systems that money can buy at this day and age. And then we come, last but not least, to my destroyers. And yes, people, I could not resist doing it again. Meet the Scott class, a gunboat with a single, well, quadruple torpedo launcher at the front of the vessel. The main armament, however, are these 3-inch guns. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 3-inch batteries in the center, 2 3-inchers to the sides, and we have 1 2.9-incher at the side as well. This ship is supposed to set fires and to harass the enemy ships after the main blow has been dealt by my battleships. That's it, really. That's my fleet. Honestly, I'm not quite sure I'm gonna win. I think... of course, I don't know what the enemy will have. I did not design the enemy ships, even though I could if I wanted. My battleship main guns are very low caliber. So if the Germans spawn in with high caliber guns, I will be in trouble. It's as simple as that. My heavy cruiser is very lightly armed as well. So yeah, not very American, is it? These two factors make me think that I will lose the battle. Will I, though? Well, let's find out, shall we? And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to begin. Let's take a look at our fleet. And our fleet setup first. We have a group of 3 destroyers in the rear. That's fine. I like that. The Buffaloes, these are my light cruisers. And the Milwaukee. The Buffalo is the lead ship of the formation. Let's reform behind the battleships. My 2 battle cruisers will not... my 2 battle cruisers, okay, will not follow the battleships, but take their own course. And so will the battleships. And then we have the heavy cruisers go to the rear of the formation as well. Although it's the heavy cruisers that are spotting the enemy right now, so stay there for now. Right. Do I want to cheat and see what the enemy has? We have 1 enemy ship in sight. From the looks of it, this is their battle cruiser. And their battle cruiser only has 12-inch guns. Woohoo! This means I have a chance. Because I hope that the enemy battleship will not have massive different diameter of guns compared to their battle cruisers. So yeah. Also, my battle cruisers have opened fire, my battleships have not. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the curse of small caliber battleship guns. These 13-inchers are just not in range yet. So, let's change that, shall we? When our... Whoa, look at that. My 14-inchers completely missed the enemy battlecruiser and nuked another target. I'm not sure what kind of target, but it was painful. And with that, the enemy battleships are showing their face. 12.1-inch guns. Ladies and gentlemen, we outgunned the enemy. Even with 13-inchers. This is great. This is very great. 5 times speed. Let's go. Battle cruisers and battleships will change formation. Another enemy ship and another one got hit really hard. I mean, honestly, my ships can't hit the real target, but they did nuke some of their escorts. Belknap, turn information, Buffalo. Yep. A line formation, ready. Let's begin, shall we? The enemy is opening fire, and oh my god, we got a flash fire. One of their turrets got flash fired, but it did not spread. So, they either have... Yeah, they probably got the proper anti-flash fire mechanics set up. That's good to know. Otherwise, the front of the ship would have been gone. Very lucky start indeed. Taking out a turret, I really like that. Ooh. Damage to the main tower of my battleships. Something sank. Probably a destroyer that got too close. Now, my escorts, I'm going to slowly turn my formation around. Heavy cruisers, you're up first. My battle cruisers, you may start your turn in as well. Battleships, keep going. This enemy battleship is done for. Well, not as badly as I thought, I'll be honest, but yeah, pretty badly mauled here. However, we, ladies and gentlemen, finally have sight of the first enemy escort ships. And I'm going to 2x speed for a moment while I check them out. These are light cruisers that are charging me. Very old ones with irrelevant guns. Maybe they have side-mounted underwater torpedo launchers, so maybe 1 or 2, but yeah, not a big threat. And my heavy cruisers are designed to kill them. Battle cruisers turn a bit more. I'm keeping my destroyers far away from the fight for now. I want to finish off a lot of the enemy escorts first. And at the rate this is going, I am succeeding. Secondaries of the... Ooh, I almost forgot about my light cruisers there. Well, I did forget about them, let's be honest. Enemy torpedo launch. Heavy cruisers, yeah, that should be fine. Oh, we have a flooding on the Brooklyn, so she will slow down on her own as well. That is very good. So, enemy torpedo launch from the cruisers has failed. Very good. My heavy cruisers will close into them and see if they can kill them. Hey, battleships, I told you to turn. Or at least I thought I did. Wait, was that a smoke? No, I'm dreaming. Heavy cruisers, come about. Focus fire, please. Battleship secondaries, all ship secondaries. You know what? Let's take a cruiser down. And... dodge. Battle cruisers, dodge. Let's see how the auto-dodge handles things, shall we? There were torpedoes coming in this direction. I have completely lost sight of them. I suppose I've been very lucky. And yeah, I joined up my battle cruisers and my heavy cruisers on accident. For now, actually, let them. And concentrate fire on that destroyer. Go, 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 go. Looks painful. But not as painful as I would have liked. Enemy heavy cruisers are in sight. Destroyers, please turn around. Just be patient. Light cruisers have finally joined the battle, and my battleships decided to move in a bit too close. That means I'm well within torpedo range, so... Go, 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 go. And now start your turn. Battleships, please, secondaries. When an enemy light cruiser group is this close to a battleship, they ought to be punished. We have an enemy torpedo launch, and I think the Hawaii might be the target. So Hawaii is going to detach and break off. Heavy cruiser, oh dear. Break off as well. Brooklyn may stay on course for now. The North Carolina has taken a bit of damage here and there. Nothing too serious, but serious enough to worry me a bit. Now, enemy torpedoes have passed, and once more my light cruisers are in trouble. However, I noticed them just in time. Destroyers, time to move up. Heavy cruisers as well. And the Nebraska is falling back a bit. In fact, so is my battleship. Okay, the enemy escorts are pretty much neutered, really. Enemy destroyers are out of torpedoes. So is their light cruiser, no longer a primary threat. So, battleship and battle cruiser. We'll focus on the enemy battle cruiser for now. Why? You know, battle cruisers, speed, low armor, in theory. 14.1 inch and a 4.4 main aft belt. The enemy battle cruiser has a better armor scheme than their battleship. I mean, I can't complain about it. My ships have exactly the same issue after all. My battle cruiser is better armored than my battleship. And, ooh, the first real engagement of my heavy cruisers showed them lacking. Still, they only need to take out these escorts. I'm going to change my fire from my battleships and battlecruiser. Ooh, Brooklyn is taking too much fire here. Let's see if the St. Paul can help her. And there come my light cruisers as well. They haven't been really pulling their weight just yet, but maybe now is the time to shine. Talking about time to shine, my battle cruiser Nebraska may turn in, and the Hawaii may rejoin you. Bellcat join in as well. There we go. And let's murder the Alsace. The St. Paul really drew a lot of fire together with the Brooklyn. I'm gonna leave the Brooklyn on this course. She's out of the fight. She's finished, ladies and gentlemen. St. Paul is taking, well, the fire from the entire enemy squadron. But I'm okay with that. I'd rather have them shooting my heavy cruiser right now than my battleships. At least until I can bring one, maybe two battleships down. That would be really nice. The Alsace is taking heavy fire. However, the Heimdall is still intact. The Deutschland has taken, well, 30% structural damage, so that's okay. And the Prince Albert, I think she's running. She's running away. Or, well, advancing in a different direction. Hey, let's keep it diplomatic, shall we? Yes. In the meanwhile, my gunboats have finally, for the first time today, joined the battle. I hope those 3-inchers will do what I want them to do. Ooh, heavy hit on the Nebraska. She really got too close there. That is really on me. A big failure on my part. Oh my god. My AP ammo is out on my battleships. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Still have plenty of rounds on my battle cruisers. But I really need to kill this battleship now. Especially since the Nebraska is no longer properly functional. Okay. High explosive rounds as well, please. Burn her down. Talking about burning a target down, the gunboats have decided to all open up on the Deutschland. And in fact, I'm going to tell my light cruisers to join in as well. High explosives. Burn her down. Okay, Nebraska. Turn around up again. The Alsace. Oh, look at the amount of fires. She is almost done for. Not to mention 41% crew losses. So either way, she is going down. Either by fire or by crew losses. But she is done for. 41.4%. 42% crew losses. The AI decided their battleships should have a green crew, regular crew on the enemy battle cruiser. Oof. They really hate my gunboats. Maybe because they have torpedoes. Probably even. Still, my gunboats, yeah. Look at that. One of the main guns. Oh, is it the main gun or is it the secondary? Oh yeah, of course. That is the ship with the flash fire. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, never mind. I thought, wow, my gunboats have actually killed that turret, but nope. That was not the case. What is the case though? 44.2% crew losses on the Alsace. And my ships, well, no fucks giving. They're just charging in. 2.4 kilometers. Ouch. Okay. Torpedo boats. They actually did launch some torpedoes earlier. As the Alsace goes down, let's concentrate fire on the Deutschland. After all, she's the worst off of the enemy ships. And might be easiest to kill. The Alabert joins in as the Deutschland burns down. That was a lot faster than I expected. Yeah, St. Paul may target the Alabert. And so will my destroyers. My destroyers who launched a torpedo in a horrible position. Why? We're looking at one, maybe two torpedoes hitting the wreck of the Alsace. And my own battleships might be in danger, so let's turn. St. Paul, turn away. Destroyers, please. Cole. The Cole still has her torpedoes. Aggressive, please, Cole. This is your chance to shine. If you can get a hit in on the enemy... Ah! God damn it. I was gonna say, if you can get a hit in on the enemy battlecruiser, then... well done. But instead, the enemy battlecruiser takes down 2 of my warships. What? Ouch! 3 of my warships gone within like a minute or so. That battlecruiser, wow, that was an awesome charge. Did not expect that to happen. Light cruisers, smoke up if you please. Battleships, return to your original course. The Posen has taken 40% crew losses and she is burning all round. Yeah. Like I said. Whew. Man. I'm really frustrated that I lost my ships like that. I really did not expect it to happen. Yeah. Guess I was surprised there. However, that does mean revenge is on the table. And it is a dish best served cold. And it's very cold in the Atlantic. Very cold indeed. And these Germans, who did a excellent job, 36k damage done out of the 46k damage the enemy has. This ship needs to die. Like now. Battle cruisers, however, you are out of high explosive rounds, so I'm setting you to automatic now. Automatic, thank you. So my 7-inchers can still do their thing, but my 14-inchers will rain down armor-piercing rounds on this battleship and kill it. My battleships have finally finished their turn. My battleships, of course, being somewhat damaged on the rudder. Fire control damage. Yes, look at that. Fire control. Their guns, their accuracy of their guns will be quite a bit worse now. 6.9. That was over 7% earlier. Yeah, he's gone. He is done for. He's gone. Look at the floodings coming up. Last engine went down. One of their turrets just blew off. We had another flash fire. Woo! That was the main threat of the enemy fleet. Let's see. Once again, if the enemy had used 13, 14-inch guns, this would have been a lot different. But fortunately for me, they went with very, well, 60,000 ton battleships that are very slow, that are lightly armored, really. So that is my advantage. My ships could take more of a beating. And had bigger guns. Even my light cruisers should be able to deal with the enemy heavy cruisers that only have 8-inch guns. However, oh dear, we are looking at a torpedo hit, ladies and gentlemen. Go, come on, straight ahead. More speed, more speed, more speed, more speed, more speed. No, 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 no. Ah! Damn it. Okay. Shit. Detach, Buffalo, straight ahead. You're out of the fight. That does mean the enemy has used up its torpedo. And the less torpedoes, the better. The enemy battleship, 77% structural integrity remaining. The enemy heavy cruisers are still pretty much intact. They have been harassing my flanks the entire game already. It's quite impressive how they have been used. What is going on? The Nebraska breaks formation due to her damage. And the Hawaii is taking the lead. And secondaries of the Hawaii may focus on the enemy cruisers. You know what? Same with the battleships. 5 times speed. Let's finish them off. So, what can I say in the end of this battle? As expected, my heavy cruisers were crap. They just could not handle the tasks that they were supposed to do, namely take fire and survive. I don't regret making the smaller battle cruisers, but yeah, they could have done a lot better, I think, if I redesigned them. My battleships... Yeah, my battleships, even though they only have 13-inch guns, I like them. I think they did good. 18k damage done, 30k damage done. Now, of course, the battle cruisers did a lot more damage, sure. But my battleships tanked a lot of damage, a lot of shells. And I approve. Over 4,000 rounds have been fired at that battleship. 3,800 rounds at the other. Buffalo, stop avoiding and run. My god. The avoiding mechanic, sometimes it's very nice and there are times I really like it, but sometimes, yeah, no. That guy should have been gone from the battlefield ages ago. Even though it only has one engine. So... Oh ho ho! That is your game plan, eh? All guns. Blow up that battleship before he kills the Nebraska. Because yes, the Nebraska is the main target of the enemy ship. And at this range, yeah, the armor of the Nebraska, even though it's over 16-inch main belt, it won't be enough. Because what is the range anyway? 1.3 kilometers. Yeah, I need a lot more to really stand up to this. Although, on the right angle, it can still do the trick. Now this is a short-range brawl. The enemy cruiser, however, I think she's running. So, I'm gonna send my faster ships that remain to go after her. And the battleships and the Nebraska. Nebraska, detach, thank you. We'll finish off the enemy battleship. Man. I really... At the start of the battle I was like, I might lose this. Then I noticed the enemy guns and I was like, okay, I can win this fairly easy. This is gonna be a boring game. And then suddenly that charge of that battle cruiser. Wow, I'm still slightly in awe how it just nuked 3 of my escort ships that quickly. But yeah. Now where is the heavy cruiser? It spotted the Hawaii. So he's not that far out. 5 times speed by now. Buffalo, enemy is in that direction. Thank you for the rangefinder. Ping ping. It also shows an enemy in this direction. Did you see that? The RDF on the light cruiser? One triggered in that direction, the other one triggered in the other direction for a second. Well, maybe it did detect the wreck of one of the ships? I don't know. Well, either way, hello, heavy cruiser. And that is the Gneisenau. That was the Gneisenau. North Carolina, what happens if you hit this wreck? Please don't. Thank you. Our battleships are 60,000 tons. I mean, my battleships are only 54,000. Oh look, the York is still alive as well. I admit I had forgotten about her. If these two ships had, broken formation and went in a different direction, I would have completely forgotten there was a heavy cruiser remaining and I would have been like, why isn't the battle not ending? The battle should end, come on. Battleships, fire at will. The Hawaii is closing in. See, there was another one flicking that direction. Why? Makes no sense. There are 2 enemy battleships. Those are the 2 surrendered battleships. A light cruiser has been surrendered as well. 2 heavy cruisers. So that RDF signal makes no sense. No sense at all. Anyway, what do I think of my battle cruisers? Sure, they've done a lot of damage. Then again, yeah, no, they have done quite a bit of damage. Let's be honest here. They have around 35, 38k each. I don't like them though. I find them ugly. Yeah, it's just that. I find they're an ugly ship. I designed an ugly ship, how could I? So that's a bit of a disappointment, really. These light cruisers, considering it's only one of the first light cruiser hulls that you can actually use, yeah, I like them. I'm a real fan of these double smokestacks. And yeah, whoa. Nice try. Dodged it. And Gneisenau, that was your last shot, I think. There we go. So, back to the light cruiser. Yeah, I do like the design. I like the main tower as well. I think it's a very fun looking main tower with the mast added above it. The gun layout, yeah, a 3-2 layout. Yeah, fun. Something different for a change. And let's face it, she did 8k damage. That's not a lot. However, one has to consider that I really mismanaged these light cruisers. They didn't really join the battle until a lot later. And right now, while I'm talking, I've been really frustrated because the 7-inchers decided, yeah, let's not fire. Probably because, you know, 1 or 2 of the turrets, they can't make the turn towards the enemy. Also, torpedo. Should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is a light cruiser that I would love to have during a American campaign, I think. A very good light cruiser that does her job. Even though she's not really putting the hurt on the heavy cruiser. Let's try some AP rounds. Let's see how she handles that. And before I forget, I think my ships are going in a complete different direction. Well, not a complete different direction, but they could get a lot closer. Now, back to my light cruiser. $8.5k damage done. Closing in, well, basically to knife throwing range. Let's make a quick pass and see what happens. Of course, the enemy will fire a torpedo unless I finish her off very quickly now. And there she goes. And that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. The campaign, well, the battle, I should say, pardon me, is over. 4 German battleships sunk, a battlecruiser, and a lot of escorts all down the drain. 17 ships sunk, I lost 4. Frankly, I'm annoyed. I'm utterly annoyed about the loss of my 2 destroyers and my heavy cruiser. That should not have happened, and God. Still, a fun little game. As you can see, the enemy clearly had a tonnage advantage. Their battlecruiser was 7,000 tons heavier than mine. Their heavy cruisers were 14,000 tons. Mine were only 10,000. Yeah, my light cruisers were bigger than theirs. And my destroyers were a bit bigger. But yeah, fun little game. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thank you for watching. And I will see you all next time.